Hey there fellows, Buddy Spike here. This is the third episode of Cold Start series for DCS high fidelity modules. The series is aimed to help exceptional noobs like myself to have easy step-by-step guide to cold start clickable cockpit aircraft. My special thanks to Quantify for taking the time to guide me cold start this spectacular beast, the A-10C too. Without further ado, enjoy the video fellas. Alright fellas, so we're in the A-10C2 cockpit. It's a high fidelity module, it's all clickable, and my buddy Quantify is going to help me cold start this aircraft. So Quantify, you're up.
Okay, so over to your bottom and right, if you look down and right, you've got a set of switches for electricity.
Right.
Right there. In the bottom right of those is battery power, flick that on.
Battery power.
And then flick on inverter standby.
Inverter
Right click
standby.
inverter standby. Okay, so now we can get the APU on. Look over to your left, it's just to the right of the throttle.
Just to the right of the throttle.
Bit obscured. And it's APU start.
Ah, okay, it's over here.
Okay, and wait for the APU to spool up now.
And the APU RPM and temperature is... I always forget where's the APU. Ah, okay, it's this one.
Right there, yeah.
So you let it go to 100%.
And then turn on the APU generator over on the electrical panel.
Oh,
So,
wait.
just where you were looking right,
Right side.
APU gen power.
APU gen power.
Nice. So now we can start spooling the engines. So click right control home to start spooling the right one.
Right control home.
The engine should now start spooling up. So if you check the RPM, that's going to start increasing. It will stabilize at 60% and you don't need to interfere.
Alright, let's close the canopy so that we have less engine noise. So left control C to close canopy. And you don't need to hold it for this aircraft.
Should be now locked, and we'll just wait until it hits 60%, stabilizes. There it is.
Alright.
So we can now do left correction, right alt home.
Right alt home. And left engine spooling up.
That's interesting, if you look over just a bit to the right of those dials, you have some hydraulic system dials, they're very small.
Ah, okay. This is a fuel indicator. And where's the hydraulic systems dial?
Straight above it.
Ah, okay.
So, as you start up the engines, you can actually see that flick forward and back until it stabilizes.
Yeah.
So, at this stage, we can check that the left and right generators are turned on. So, if we zoom back into that panel where you turn on the battery, left gen and right gen are both turned on. Awesome. So, now flick those again, since they were...
Oh, they were already on. Oh, my bad.
Yeah. No worries. It won't affect anything since the APU is on. So, at this stage, we can turn off the APU.
Right.
So, you can turn off the APU generator.
is left side.
Yep. And the APU generator as well. Yep.
APU off.
And then turn off the generator on the electrical panel.
Turning off gen on the electrical panel. These ones, right?
APU gen.
Oh, this is the APU
Top
gen.
left.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Alright.
So we can start working through the systems now. So first thing we'll do is get the MFDs on and the heads-up display. So if you look over to the left of the console, you have a row of switches. Just a bit more to the left.
Right over here.
So turn on CICU and JTRS and right-click IFFCC once.
Oh, sorry, it was
Just once,
right
so,
click.
Yeah.
No, it's test position. Yeah.
The reason for that is that we're going through a test.
Right.
So turn on the MFDs with the dial at the bottom left.
Bottom left dial. Left click and hold up. Or right click. Oh, okay, this is not that knob. It's a single one. Okay.
That single press is.
Okay, so right click, right click.
Perfect. And then on your heads-up display, you have a message: engage pre-flight bits yes. Click enter on the controller right in front of you.
Enter.
So now we'll watch what it's telling us.
Caution light, observe cap
This is all
lights
just
on.
reminders. Set EX switch and arm. We will do that soon. engage SAS switches, again, we'll do that soon. So it's just running through everything right now. Then, in just a moment, you'll start to see some warnings and a sort of a cross on the heads-up display. That's testing the ground collision avoidance system.
Pull up, pull up.
There's the cross.
Right.
Pull up, pull up.
Altitude, altitude.
Right.
Then altitude, altitude. So it's saying monitor GCAS messages, do not move the stick and rudder pedals.
Right.
Done.
No failure found. Exit.
That's it, done.
I just enter.
So we click enter again.
Alright.
Yep.
Just like a normal
then-
computer. Okay.
So just off to the right of that little controller, you have a tiny like toggle that says cell on it. So
Yeah.
just to the right of the cursor, move that down until you get to exit. So you have to click it each time and then click enter. Nice. So that main heads-up display is now ready. So go back to the switches which you turned on. And now you can set IFFCCE to on.
Oops. On.
Oop.
Did that?
That shouldn't affect anything, hopefully.
Let's hope so. Please excuse my
should be.
noobness.
Oh, no worries, no worries. So you also have the artificial horizon right there, rather
Yeah.
the attitude direction indicator. So you've got the main one there, which you don't need to trim, and then you have the standby one to the left. So you need to uncage that. I'm guessing you remember how to do that.
Oh, wait a
Just click
second.
down.
Yeah, this is the one.
Right there.
So this
Yeah,
is
so just
the
turn that
auxiliary
little
one, is it?
Yeah. So just turn that little knob until
This
it's
is
centered.
centered. Okay.
So that's perfect.
All right.
So now we can start aligning the INS. So the way we'll do that is look over to the bottom right.
Bottom right.
You see how we have what looks like an FMC just a bit down?
This one.
Yes, that is actually pretty much the same system as they use in 737s.
Oh, okay.
So just below that keypad, you have two buttons, two switches, CDU and EGI.
Yeah.
Click those both on.
Right click and right click.
And now just wait and it will start running through the test. As soon as it's done, we're going to push it into an alignment. We'll do a fast align, which means it's using stored heading.
Right.
It's a little bit more complicated in this airplane, of course. It's like a flying computer.
Yeah.
So it's just testing itself right now, making sure everything's okay.
It's like all
As
windows
soon as you
turning
see
on.
it- yeah. As soon as you see it go to a menu, then you'll know.
I think this is the
you'll know it's
menu.
ready.
Isn't this?
Not yet.
Oh.
This is saying bit test,
Okay.
built-in test. There you go. So now, you see how you have some arrows pointing into
Yeah.
the text. Click the bottom right one for INS,
INS.
and then it's a bit blocked by that handle. So if you
So
move
there
your
are
head to the
buttons on
right,
the left side as well. Okay.
Click Alt Align,
Alt align, altitude line, right?
and then on the top right, click Fast.
Fast.
So over on the left,
Left side.
right off to the left, you have the SAS switches just to the left of the throttle.
Left of the throttle. Oh,
So,
okay.
right there.
USCS and right and
So
pitch.
left, right, and then left, right.
Left, right.
Okay, and then just below the throttle, you have EAC, directly below the throttle. So it's a guarded switch, so flick that on.
This one.
It should engage. Yep, it should engage. If it doesn't, wait until it finishes lighting. So if you click it, it should stay there.
It does not stay
Okay.
there.
You see how we have DCS upload?
Sorry?
Over on the MFDs, it says DCS
Yeah.
upload. That means that basically we're uploading data from a data cartridge that's inserted into the aircraft, and it's filled with information like the aircraft's weapon loadout, its mission profile,
I see.
the setup for the helmet display, etc. So if you zoom in on the MFD, in the bottom right there's a button that says Load All. So click Load All, and now wait. And that's going to begin loading and everything.
Okay. Is it loading?
Yep.
Okay.
So just give it some time. Takes about 15 seconds.
Ooh. So old interface doesn't tell you it's working.
It does display it as a star right next to it.
Oh, okay.
So now it's loaded, and you can see the message in the bottom right has disappeared.
Hmm.
So we don't really have to do too much with the MFDs. We can go ahead and put them on their pages though. So on the right MFD, you can click CDU. That's displaying a mirror of what the CDU is showing you. So you can't input data directly, but it will show you everything basically. You can set that to TAD. That's a tactical display.
Right.
That's showing you information about you, things near you, your wingmen, what they're targeting, etc.
Right.
So, that's all well and good. If we look back over at the CDU, so it's over on the right,
Oh.
CDU. It's the, there you go, that's it. Now you can see it flashing INS nav ready. At this point,
Yeah.
it's reached a good align. So, from here, over on the right row, click nav. Bang. So now your navigation system is now on.
Alright.
So now we should be able to turn on what we couldn't turn on a few minutes ago. So just behind the throttle,
Okay. Oops.
EAC. That should look right on.
This is the one,
That's
right?
interesting. I remember. If you look down a bit, zoom in. So it's just below that little compass.
Yeah.
You have a row of buttons just below that. Click EGI.
EGI.
Yep. And then click STRPT on the bottom right.
STRPT. Wait a second. Bottom right is ILS.
Bottom
Oh.
row. So it's in the bottom left.
Bottom left.
There you go. And now you should be able to turn on the EAC.
Alright. Alright.
So basically what that was something that I normally do in startup just from muscle memory and forgot to mention. You're switching your HUD's navigation mode from the emergency standby to the actual INS unit.
Okay.
So now you can see the HUD looks a bit different. That's pretty much the standard view.
Alright.
So the aircraft is nearly ready to fly now, but we still have a few warnings to clear.
Okay.
So if you look down to the bottom right, remember when we had a bunch of warning lights? Green warning lights. It's just above the CDU.
Okay.
We can see two warnings.
Yeah, seat
Seats
not
not
armed
armed
and anti-skid.
anti-skid.
Okay.
So we'll quickly fix those. Over on the left will be the handle to arm the seat.
Controls locked. Seat arm handle.
Yep, you can click that.
I'm so nervous clicking these things because I feel like I'm just gonna pop
Yeah.
this seat.
You can't actually, I don't think you can click those. You have to click Control E 3 times, which you shouldn't do.
Alright.
That will eject you. So, to the bottom left of the left MFD. So just to the bottom left, you have the landing lights, and then to the left of that, anti-skid.
Yeah, landing lights and anti-skid.
So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's a good idea to set the lights to taxi rather than land.
Right, okay.
And then set it to land once you're on the runway. So, that's good. If you zoom in back to the left MFD, on the bottom you have DSMS.
The DSMS. Alright.
Yep. And that's literally all we have to do to check. So this shows us that we have training bombs, training mavericks, and the targeting pod. Since we have a targeting pod, we'll quickly switch that on. On that row of switches, just below that MFD, there's a big switch that says TGP.
Oh, it's the biggest one. Okay.
Yep. And that's it. The targeting pod will now start turning on.
Alright.
So, we'll quickly turn on the countermeasures, and then we are good to go. So the countermeasures is going to be just to your bottom and right. And off to the left a bit. There you go. So it's that sort of row right there. So go ahead and switch on. So you might have to right click until they go all the way to the top.
Alright.
All of that row basically. All of the switches there. There you go, perfect.
So RWR,
And then you
JMR,
have
MWS.
Missile warning
Missile
system,
warning system,
jammer,
okay.
radar warning receiver, dispensing.
Right.
And then bottom right you have a knob. Right click that until it goes to semi.
Okay.
Perfect. And then one last really quick thing is if you look quite far to the right, you actually have a helmet mounted display. It's just to the left.
We're here?
That switch right there.
Alright.
Right click that to go to on. Perfect. And now if you look anywhere outside the aircraft, you should have a display.
Alright, now this
And now
is pretty good.
this display is much better. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a really nice display. As you look around, if there are aircraft that are powered on, then it will actually show you their position.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see them, and you can do things called hooking, which makes it display an arrow to them, etc. It's very nice.
Wow.
So that's all we need to get taxiing. If you check the warnings, it should all be clear now.
Yep, warning's all clear.
Perfect. So we are ready to go. There is no parking brake in the A-10 because the airplane
okay.
is the parking brake.
Right.
So go ahead and make sure noticeable steering is on.
Yeah.
Noticeable steering button is just under your pinky on the stick.
Yeah, so we have to assign this button, and in the controls, this button is
It should be assigned already. It's just pinky.
NWS, or how do you find it?
Noticeable. I
Nose.
believe it's noticeable.
HOTAS nose wheel steering button. Okay, so this is where you find it.
So it should be just under your pinky.
Yeah.
So if you click
Press
that
it.
once, there you go. Steering engaged.
Where is it indicated it's
Green
engaged?
light. Just above the radar warning receiver, you have a green light.
Alright, where is the radar warning receiver?
Just zoom in a bit and just a tiny bit to the left.
Okay. Okay.
Right there.
Yeah, got it.
Perfect.
Alright, so I'm gonna first see where the runway is. Okay, going to throttle up a bit, and let's see at what RPM this thing starts moving. Oh, it starts moving already, okay. And nose wheel steering is working, and let's see. Ooh, gonna be very gentle with this heavy bird. I do have experience flying the SU-25. I think it's gonna have a similar weight, right?
Yeah, it's pretty similar actually. It's a bit more maneuverable.
Huh.
The A-10 started shredding F-16s in dogfights back in the really early days of the A-10, the A-10A.
A-10 shredding F-16s?
The reason was it has such a tight turn circle because it's really slow and it has big wings. So what happened was, it didn't run circles around the F-16, it ran circles inside them.
Right.
So it would get its nose on really easily and then either shoot a missile or just shoot it full stop. Okay, so as you roll down a runway, be prepared to turn off the nose wheel steering. As soon as you see the airspeed start increasing from 50, immediately click the nose wheel steering button.
Copy that. Let me just reconfirm the nose wheel steering button. Alright.
So you can just check the flaps are down quickly. So
Ah,
just
good
to the
point.
left of the throttle.
Left of the throttle.
It's a bit hard to see, you may have to move your head.
Oh. Just
Right
oh!
there.
Oh, it's right
Yeah,
behind the... Okay.
Click that, yeah.
So
click that
it's
down
right
once.
now it's at
There
middle.
you go.
Alright. So this
Now
is
it
not the
should
right
be
way
at
to
the
do it. This is just to show you guys where the flaps position is, because my IR tracker is not good enough that I could actually move that far. Okay.
In real life, it'd just be muscle memory.
Yeah.
Just look over there.
Yeah. Alright, so not going full throttle, gonna throttle up slowly.
Nope, you will go through throttle actually.
Oh, okay, going full throttle.
So yeah, you can actually hold the brakes and go full throttle in this airplane since the engines are so weak. So as soon as you see the airspeed increase, nose wheel steering off.
Alright,
There you go,
yes,
nose
we're
wheel
steering off.
And now you're just using the rudder, so you might have to give larger inputs. So just be nice and gentle. And as the airspeed crosses 140 knots, start pulling up.
Alright,
There you go now.
120 knots, and rotating.
And up you go.
And
Nice and gentle.
Ooh, the
Nice and gentle.
plane wants to lift.
There you go.
Okay.
Now just keep it pointed in that direction. It sounds condescending, but if you just keep it at that exact direction, then you'll be fine.
Okay.
With this airplane, you do actually have to bear in mind how you take off because it's so heavy.
Yeah.
So gear comes up now.
Gear up.
Beautiful. You're flying the hog.
Yes, sir.
Soon the next aircraft cold start procedure will be for the F-14 Tomcat, so keep an eye on this channel if you don't want to miss it. As always, thanks for watching guys, I'll see you in the next one. Buddy Spike.